Hello and welcome to the Redox Connection, where we talk about our extraordinary, beautiful bodies and how to take care of our overall well-being. With us, Dr. Ray Dixon, naturopath, chiropractor with more than 40 years of practice and one of the world's first renowned redox educators. The topic today is multiple sclerosis. And as usual, what we will do is we'll want to understand what it is, what can we do to prevent it, what can we do to manage it, is there hope? That's what we are mainly interested in, and what can we do to overcome it. So, Dr. Ray, let's get started. Multiple sclerosis.
What is it? Well, the cause of multiple sclerosis is medically unknown. So there's your first blanket statement, but don't be surprised by that, because you'll be perhaps surprised to learn that the cause of most disease is not known. So the actual known absolute 100% cause is not known. It's believed, as with many other diseases, there's a whole group of them called autoimmune disease. It's believed that it is part of that grouping. Now, I remind you, there's many autoimmune diseases. So what does that mean? Well, it means your immune system is not working properly. And instead of defending and protecting healthy cells from invading cells or organisms, be that a virus or be that a bacteria or be that a fungi, that's what it's designed to do, recognize those invaders and kill them so they don't infect or infest you and cause disease. Your immune system's designed to do that. But what happens if you build armies of killers, cytotoxic T killer cells or B lymphocytes that make masses and masses of antibodies that attack healthy cells? Then you have an autoimmune disease because you're attacking yourself. Now, in the nervous system, the most effective communication neurons in terms of speed, and we're talking lightning speed, ones which have what's called the myelin sheath around their axons. So neurons is the signaling nerve cells, and they have dendrites that feed information into the cell, and then they have an axon that feeds information onto the next cell. Those axons are enwrapped in myelin. Now it's called myelin sheath. Now these are cells themselves, by the way, and they wrap around the axons of neurons, and that effectively allows those neurons to intercommunicate, not just more massively, exponentially, but far quicker, which is exactly why you're as intelligent as you are, Liana. You would not be without myelin, and nor would I. So the myelin is an extremely important insulator and part of neurons being able to process massive amounts of information and communicate that with masses of other neurons throughout not just the central nervous system, but the peripheral nervous system. Now, with multiple sclerosis, the myelin sheath that allows masses of neurons in the brain and the spinal cord begins to be attacked and break down. So imagine the consequences of losing what allows the central nervous system to function. It is just massive with what the signs and symptoms might come or bring, and the eventual consequences of that disease, multiple sclerosis. Right. So that's what it is. It's the breaking down of the myelin sheath in the central nervous system. The cells that line and form the myelin is different to the cells that line the axons in the peripheral nervous system, which is outside of the brain and spinal cord. So this condition, the autoimmunity, the attacking of cells that create myelin, is unique to the central nervous system. Well, that's the central computer. That's your brain and your spinal cord.
Right. So what can we do to prevent it? Is there any way? Or what can we do to manage it?
But they don't know the exact cause of it. But remember, all things that are going to improve your health are going to improve your ability to resist all disease, including multiple sclerosis. So, if you eat cleaner food, then you avoid insecticides and pesticides and the rubbish that can get into the mains water supply and the rubbish that gets into the air that you breathe. I mean, you can't always control that, but you can maybe have some influence depending on where you choose to live. But in terms of food, you have a lot of influence. I mean, you can eat high-density nutritional foods that are organic or biodynamic, where there's no insecticides and pesticides and fungicides and whatever else that ends up in the food chain. You can choose to eat healthier food. You can get exercise that will increase your health. Remember, anything that increases your health increases your resistance to any disease. You don't get lost down the rabbit hole of individual diseases, because that's missing the big picture. The big picture is always the same. It will never change. If you take care of the basics of your body and your health, and you control your weight and what you eat and also what you think, there's an important one, but that's a whole topic for another day, then you will dramatically reduce the stress on the human body and your susceptibility to some of these and many disease processes, including multiple sclerosis. Once you have the disease, remember, it's a lot easier to prevent than to treat the disease. So once you have a disease, though, to give hope to people, is it reversible? Yes. Medically, they would say no, but I've seen it. Can a lot be done to slow down the deterioration? Absolutely, 100%. Again, we have to re-implement, though, all these healthy lifestyles. We need to make sure our nutritional density is up. We need to do all the things I said before. And most importantly, we need to replenish your deficiency in redox signaling molecules. Now, that is a new frontier. Most people have heard of redox signaling molecules. The first supplement bioreplenishment formula ever in the world came on the market not more than 15 years ago. And it's just going around the world quietly. People are finding out about it. This has miraculous effects, not just on any individual disease, on all of them, because it is replenishing what the body needs to prevent. And in many cases, if you give the body what it needs to prevent, they actually are therapeutic for whatever the condition is when it's not functioning properly. And you will get reversals. I see that all the time.
There you are, and that's exactly what these calls in the series is about, is bringing awareness to this new technology that is actually supporting life, and it's completely natural because we create them, correct?
Yes, we make them inside the mitochondria of every cell. The whole healthy cells, no matter what they are, whether it's your liver, your lungs, your brain, your kidneys, are dependent on them. And we are increasingly deficient with age and sickness. This is part of the natural aging process. For the first time in history, this supplement is now available to replenish those levels. Prior to this discovery and this supplement, the only way you could increase your redox signaling molecules internally was with exercise, because would lay down more mitochondria in certain cells. They're made in the mitochondria in the Krebs cycle when you make energy. So you were able to increase the numbers with exercise, but it did not cancel out the normal decline with age. It just slowed it down. So for the first time, we can get those numbers back up to optimal levels because of this one unique supplement.
Brilliant. So there's cell communication and detect, repair, replace is happening. So there is support in giving the body what it actually needs to do that inner work, activating the inner doctor, as we normally say, correct?
Well, that's the detect, repair, replace. The detect is detect damage. That's based on redox signaling molecules. The repair is to repair the damage, and that's based on redox signaling molecules. And if you don't repair the damage, you're going to get a disease. And the replace is also dependent on redox signaling molecules and the immune system, realizing this cell is too badly damaged, I need to remove it and replace it with a healthy cell.
Exactly. So there you are. Finally, we have something that can support overall health at the cellular level, and this is what motivates us to go out and encourage people to look into this new breakthrough science and to know that there is hope and that there is a way to support our bodies naturally to do what they need to do, because that's where the healing actually happens. Isn't that correct, Dr. Ray? We normally think that it's coming from something outside of us, but we are actually the ones that activate the healing within us.
Well, I've argued for a long time there's only one form of healing, and that's within the human body naturally. You know, drugs don't heal. They might help your body to heal itself in some ways. The same as supplements, the same as redox signaling molecules. You know, they allow the body to heal itself. The body is the healer, but the body needs to get what it needs to do the healing. And, you know, with the new discoveries coming on top of what we've discovered in prior centuries in terms of antioxidants and vitamin C and E and zinc and selenium. This is a whole new frontier that comes on top of that knowledge, which in itself was profound in its time to help the body to heal itself. Look at how many people use supplements now. Look at how many people benefit from those supplements. You couldn't put a number on it. You know, we're all mainly taking supplements in one form or another. Well, this is a tier on top of that, replenishing what is normally made inside the human body natively, but you're still deficient in it. It is a whole new level. It's right at the pointy end, and it affects everything else more profoundly than any prior discovery.
Brilliant. And this is what excites me absolutely, and to share it with as many as we possibly can. Well, once again, thank you, Dr. Ray. And to all of you, thank you for joining. Like, share, comment, and we'll see you on the other series. Give us ideas on topics that you want us to address. And just remember that healthy cells, healthy you, happy you. Bye, and see you next time.
Bye.